Nezha. He is fast tank, support and CC frame, which is not many players use right now. His first ability which make him run faster and the fire trails that cleanse any status effect to allies. His second ability, Chakram Throw to make enemies more vulnerable to all attacks if they get touched, and it also give increased chance to health and energy orb on death. So, if you know how to mod him well, you will not worry about energy management ever again. His third ability which make him completely immune to all status effect and absorb 90% of all incoming damage, which is good now for Eidolon fights, since we have Helminth Subsume ability to obtain DPS ability like Mirage Eclipse or Rhino Roar. Nezha can be tank DPS like good old Chroma back in the days. So, without further ado, let's see the builds. This build is great for mobile defense alike missions. But still, I prefer CC ability from other frame, since the duration is painfully low for his fourth ability, and also this is so energy hungry. Duration and range are not well suited for this build, but it still can do the job well. If only DE can buff the durations, it will be good for any excavation missions. I suggest you to skip this build, but if you like Nezha, this is still good build alternative for this specific kind of missions. This build is for endurance missions. I'm using Breaching Surge Wisp to gain more CC and a chance for more damage from headshot sparks. For the alternative, the Atlas Petrify with its Augment or Gaze to gain more loots if enemies killed in stone form, also adding more damage vulnerability. With this, you will never worry about life support system, even if you are playing solo, so this is truly pocket-sized Desecrate ability. I prefer Atlas Petrify rather than Wisp Breaching Surge in this setup. I'm using Vazarin Protective Dash to gain more defense because Nezha lacks good CC ability to survive longer in endurance missions. You can sacrifice his first, third, or fourth ability and swap it Surge or Petrify, depend of what you need. But if you want to make him with tank build, then I suggest to sacrifice his fourth ability. I mod him mostly for casual gameplay only, so the tank build is my next main build for him. I use Ash Seeking Shuriken build with its augment to fully strip enemy armor and take down fast super tanky enemies, such as the Deimos Jugulus or any other heavy armored enemy units. The next is Hildren Pillage to gain overshield and reducing some enemy defenses like armor and shields. You don't need range for this build. But you need decent duration for Ash Shuriken and Hildren Pillage to reach more range. The last build is intended for casual Eidolon DPS build. With his third ability which reducing damage and also protect him from all status effects like magnetic energy drain, knockdown, stagger and all kinds of annoying status effects from Terrorist. Make sure this ability is activated always, and if the ability pool depleted completely activate it again when you get heavy damage which will boost the damage reduction pool, just like Rhino Iron Skin. For example, you can reactivate it when Terrorist crying after the limb has taken out or when the Ganchulist shooting its laser beam. This ability is still active even when you louch your Archwing. So, you will not be staggered when you bump something along the way to find the Vombalist. For the DPS ability, I suggest Mirage Eclipse. This ability is more consistent now to get the damage buff even in the nighttime and plains of Eidolon on most places. It's much lower energy consumption and provide better damage output rather than Rhino Roar, and you can recast it when this ability is still active. This is good alternative for Chroma Revolt as DPS role, but of course there are still better choices like Rhino with Eclipse Mirage, and also, his Iron Skin can protect him from all status effects. After all, this video is about Nezha build. For weapons, Focus School, Companions, Warframe and Operator Arcanes, you can use whatever you like, depend on what weapons you mainly use in situations you play, such as in tridolon fights. Don't forget to equip Snith Fiber in your companions to synergize it with Equilibrium mod on your setup, and always use Chakram to debuff enemies and gain more health and energy orbs drop from fallen enemies to stay energized. That's all for my Nezha builds. I hope you do like it, thanks for watching and see you again next time.